Hi everyone, welcome to iExcel Core. In this video, we will look at inventory and we will look at settings. So, welcome back to the setup series of the inventory module, and we'll walk through the general tab. This includes the key configurations like we have items, receiving and delivery, receiving export return, packing list, PDF, shipments, and serial number. How we get to the module. The module is on our left side. We'll see inventory when we're on our dashboard on the home screen. Then on inventory, then we have settings. First setting is items. Here we have a default profit rate. This is where we can set up a standard markup when we're calculating our selling price. So we can say maybe our standard markup is 30% and use that rate. We have two options. One is calculate the selling price using the cost and profit rate, or calculate the selling price using the selling price and the profit rate. So we can use each. The first one is perfect for most retail or trading business, and then the other one mostly if the pricing is predetermined. So we would ideally leave it at the first function. You can have fraction, proportion, or digits rounded off. You can set as one decimal place, or you can leave it at it is integer. Then on the issue of the barcodes, we can display a short description below the printed barcode, so the barcode can have a description of the item. We can leave that on and put it on. It is helpful if you would display the price below the barcode so the customer can see the prices on the label, so we would leave that there. Then you're able to set up how many products you want to see within the setup. Once you have done, you are able to update and set up that section. We proceed to receiving and delivery. The receiving and delivery tab controls how items are received into inventory and how they are delivered out. So first is the general tab where we say allow delete of inventory receipt voucher or inventory delivery voucher after approval. We can enable or restrict it depending on how or policies of the institution, but for purposes of audit, we allow to leave that in. We have fast in, fast out. So the system uses fast in, fast out as a method of stock, although there are other methods, but for now we have FIFO method. That is, whatever comes in fast is assumed by the system to be the first one out. We create an inventory receipt when every order is received. This is something that can be internally set within the organization. So you just agree or you check on it and say, yes, you create an inventory receipt when purchase order is approved, and then select the warehouse to auto-receive inventory generated from purchase order. So we can set up warehouse. We'll see how to set up warehouses. Is it mandatory to select a purchase order when entering a delivery receipt? Again, it's dependent on the institution and the organization, but you can say, yes, we can do that. Create an inventory delivery voucher, not when the invoice is created. These are settings now that you can decide, yes, we're going to have that automatically set or checked. We can keep data when canceling an invoice, automatically delete the corresponding inventory from the index that to keep consistency in data. When there is an invoice which is unvoided, we can notify, is it a purchase order when entering and delivery? We can say yes. We can notify the customers when delivery status change. When unchecked, the invoice cancellation and inventory delivery will be automatically generated. Yes, we can leave it so that they are automatically, or we can do it manually. So depending, we can hide shipping fees or we can disclose the shipping fees whenever we are doing any movement of the goods. Following that, we have the receiving and exporting return order. Warehouse receives the return order with that can be put here under policy. You can say, for example, all returns must be authorized within 7 days with inspection approval, something like that can be put. So we can have a policy or we can have a note on return policy information. Then on packaging lists, we can have custom name for cubic meters and in kgs, custom measurements. This will appear in the packaging list, shipment notes or reports, allowing units to match your business language and business setup. The PDF tab is the next one in the general setting. We can display the warehouse, lot numbers in the PDF inventory, sign information. We can show item custom field depending on what we need or what we want to show. We can be able to do that. in terms of inventory delivery voucher, we can display all the units. We can conclude to display unit price depending on what we need or what we want to see, and we can have those updated. The system will be able to show that from our shipments. We can display the shipment portal to the client so that the customer can track delivery progress directly from their online portal account. On the serial number, we can have products by serial number. That will allow all the products to have the serial number. Once the general tab is completed, items are set up and everything is updated, then we can accordingly have that updated. In our next video, we're going to review commodities, commodity groups, subgroups. Once that is set up, that marks the general setup of the inventory module. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.